Blah, 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 blah. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Helene Vetik, like Helvetica for short, like the font. It's my real birth name, so probably tells a lot about me as a designer. And yeah, when I was in the uni, every time some professor said something about Helvetica, I was like, yeah, what, me. So this is how you can remember my name. I'm from Tallinn, from Hmmm Creative studio. I'm an important jury person, and I greet all of the NAPA designers and all the organizers and people, and thank you for inviting me. And it's been a great pleasure evaluating the work. I think the level is pretty high, and I especially loved the craft beers, and I think they were just great overall. And maybe it's because craft beer people are very trusting clients, and they often tell you like, go wild, go whatever you want to do. And I really loved all the illustration work and all the original ideas and how cool everything looked. And it was really free-spirited, yet conceptual, yet very purchasable, very manageable. And yeah, the craft beers were great. Maybe I also just crave some beer because lately my life has been like that. Yeah, because 3 months ago I became a mom to twin girls. Thank you. I have some notes here because my mom brain doesn't remember everything I want to say. And today's topic is how to not burn out as a designer and creative person and someone who maybe runs a creative agency. So how to make your business different and make your place of work some place you really want to go to, instead of lie to someone that you need to stay at home. Or also, you know, there's so many jokes going on about project managers and horrible clients and stuff like that. And I don't believe in those. And I think that being a designer is a great thing, and it should be something to be proud of and to be happy about, and live your life as a happy person all the time. And of course, in Hmmm Creative Studio, we all have a very good burnout experience. Me and Karl, who started the studio, were working for about 8 years in a huge advertising agency. 50 people for Estonia, it's a lot. Of course, it was already 15 years ago. Huge budgets, loved it, huge. And loved doing all the big campaigns, big brands. But on the other hand, for instance, in the packaging design, doing like 40 different options to choose from for the client. I don't think it's normal. I hope most of the people are not working like that anymore, because I'm a true believer that within at least 3 first ideas that you have is the right idea, and doing 40 is just like degrading, and also starting to hate the whole process as a designer. And after working like that, after having strategic planners, project managers, creative directors, yada yada yada, and economic crisis, and just, you know, working 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, me and Karl, we decided to start our own business. Although, of course, we loved it in the big world as well, because we had very, very cool clients like SEB Bank and Lexus Cars and Aldaris or Alekok beer companies with energy drinks and all sorts of cool products. But yeah, at some point we decided that we want to live our best life, and we don't want to feel burnt out at the 20 years, you know, feeling like you're 40 already, which we almost are now, haha. And so we left. We didn't steal any clients. We already had some clients of our own, just based off people approaching us like, we love your work, would you do something for us? So in the evenings we were kind of freelancing openly, not secretly. And I knew another guy, Andres, who was also a young designer in a big company and also feeling all sorts of pressures, and we invited him as well. So it's basically have been just 3 of us for years, Although I know the company seems much bigger, if you visit our homepage, we get applications for job offers all the time. People think that we are like, is this huge design brand, but really it's just 3 guys doing what they love. And what we decided to do with Hmmm was to get a space that we love. First thing, that it's not a white-walled office with glass cubicles for meetings. We rented a 4-meter ceiling space in the Tallinn Old Town, together with a record store, which sells vinyls. And we have a sauna here. We have all the super nice cafeterias and cinemas and theaters and restaurants and parks right around the corner. Everything is within a walking distance. So very, 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 very cool to be here, in general. So firstly, making the workspace a place which feels like the coolest home, not not an office. Another thing is how we decided to approach all the clients. And this is very important. I'm a strong believer that the client is not the king of the design. So I kind of hate the word of speech, client is the king, the person who orders the music or pays for the music, you have to dance for this person, those old school expressions. It's not true. You are the king of the design. Designer is the king of the design, and the client is the king of their business. And it's very important that they trust us and they understand that we are not in a competition. So when you present your work, your client doesn't start to search for what's wrong with it, but understands immediately that you have done it to help them and to help to grow their business. Another thing is we are not taking on clients in who we do not believe in. Once again, very important in not burning out, to do only the work you really like, you love, and which is your dream project. So every project should be your dream project. For instance, a lot of political parties we do not believe in have offered us a lot of money, a lot of projects. We never take them on. We have done some little things for the Green Party, which is not even in the parliament. Ecological stuff is very important for us, and local produce and not testing on animals. So having a good conscience is very important. When you go home and you go to sleep, you've done something good. And I think it's number 3, third point, maybe not. You can correct me, you can't, because I'm not doing it live, but is to do the work in a way that you want to put it in your Pinterest board. So always when you do something, or when we do something, we look at it and we think, would I save it as my inspirational project or not? It's a very, very simple principle, but everything we do has to be good enough to go on the portfolio. There are no work that is done just, some fast, ugly stuff, that some banners to make some quick cash and live as a cool designer and present only the cool work. No, only the cool work is done. Everything that's crap, there's no such thing. We don't do that. And once again, for a person in packaging design or UX or whatever design, it's so important not to do trash in order to sometimes do something cool. You always have to do something that you love and that your teammates would love, and etc. So how do we work with only a team of 3 people? And I will show you the people. Andreas, Karl, me, and now we have Christian, because I'm on a maternal leave, and Grete, who is our intern. Anyways, with only 3 people, we work in a way that we don't pretend that we know everything. So when we need a 3D to be done, or a little bit more complicated programming, or I don't know, some video work, for instance. Although we do animation and video and stuff like that, but still we outsource the best people and we invite to collaborate. And we never use stock images. I think it's also, I'm repeating the burning out thing because it's the topic of my theme, but I think it's very important in design that you do it from scratch and you enjoy the process and you craft it and you love it. And if you just save a bunch of fake ugly illustrations and try to put them on stuff and Photoshop them very quickly to show to the client that that's how it's gonna be, that's not it. So when we feel that we don't do a certain style of illustration ourselves, then we outsource it and we pay for it, and that way we also keep it going with collaboration with freelancers with different styles and learning all the time ourselves as well. As you've already noticed, we don't have this agency structure, so everybody answers for their own projects, which means you are connecting to the client one-on-one. You have to know why you did something, not like pretend like just, do something and then the project manager has to think like how to sell it. You have to know how to sell your stuff, and that way your salary is calculated. So here we go to the point where does not hire. Only has basically partners. We are not an agency, we are a creative collective. And creative collective means that we all chip in on the rent of our wonderful studio and we all earn what we do. So it's almost like freelancing, but you have the team, you have the space, you have all the benefits of the studio life, but also this, someone's coming, but also you have this kind of, how to say it, like screw in your butt to do it faster, do more, and then earn more. And I can also compare him to the Sagmeister's studio because we do free summers. We do not work in summer. As Northern European people, you probably all know that the only normal time of the year is summer. Right now, the autumn has been pretty good, but all in all, summer is the only time to enjoy the beautiful weather, your countryside, the sea, and we all have very nice hobbies. I like to go to the island of Hiiumaa and just relax on some festivals. Andreas loves to relax as well, let's just put it like that. And Karl is a sailor, so he has all sorts of sailing stuff going on in summer. And only having 2 weeks of vacation per year is not normal. It's not humane, especially for creative people. Your brain doesn't start to rest in under 2 weeks. So we really need to restart those brains of ours, so our work would be always fresh, on point, and happy. So we go and we vacay for at least 2 months. We go in June and we return in August. We usually return after my birthday. So my birthday is on 11th of August. We have a huge party and then we slowly crawl back to work and begin our new year. And of course, during Christmas time as well, we do a long Christmas holiday. And that way we don't have to think of how to fetch clients in the summer, because a lot of clients are also off during the summer. And we have those like cycles of work, and we don't count our vacation days or like how much did you vacate, how much did you vacate. If someone needs to go, they need to go. It's normal. And then we will just take over each other's projects and help each other, and I really like this design family of some sort. I'm gonna check my notes because maybe I forgot some super important points. And yeah, we do a lot of rebranding projects here. And as a rebranding designer, so to say, I started to think about it one time, and I came up with this quote that rebranding is not the change of a logo, it's the change of an attitude. And the same goes for design and advertising studios, I think. It's not about how you look to the outside world, it's about what goes on inside the structure and how the people are really feeling. So as a design agency, if you feel like changing something, don't change the logo, change it from within and rebrand yourself. And changing logo is always a good idea as well. Just kidding. What else? Oh, I wanted to show you around, so let's go for a little tour in the home studio. This is our street, the Viru Street. The most touristy street in town, which is very empty due to COVID. This is also our street, viewed from another side. This is our building. Those are our windows. We work in the same building with It's Yoga Tallinn and Beat Me record store. This is the only sign that indicates our studio. This is our beautiful Art Nouveau corridor. Hallway. This is Hmmm Creative studio. And these are people that are working right now.
I'm working on my phone most of the time.
This is Beat Me record store, and we share a space together. We do not have a cleaner. We clean ourselves. This is some stuff we design in our spare time.
Choreographers! Yo, this is Design Studio Home, straight out of Tallinn. Ready for your questions. Boom.
Oh shit! Andreas,
Yes, we're always this excited to be on camera.
what is your secret to not burning out?
It's like basically like vaccines. I burn out a little myself, and then I don't have any big crashes.
Ah, you do like tiny burnouts.
Yes, I do tiny burnouts, and sometimes I actually take vacations in the middle of the week. That also helps.
Yeah, I'm also a believer in the middle of the life vacations, like I'm doing right now.
Yes, so I try not to push myself too hard, like I just did with this plant. Instead, I try to go around my burnouts.
Thank you. This was Andreas of Hmmm. This is work making. Person is working and feeling very happy. Oh, this is design. This is a tiny chair for a baby, because I'm a creative director with babies. This is a cool designer book. This is Karl. We started Hmmm together many years ago, and I actually didn't tell him that I want to ask him something, but I'm still gonna ask, what do you do to not burn out professionally?
Well, I think the main thing is to have a really good team that you can support on always. So you can really shift your workloads, but you can also be inspired by other people. So always be surrounded by yes people.
Thank you. This is Keith Haring. We love Keith Haring. This is another plant. It didn't work out so well for this one. Young designers. Hello. Why are you here?
Because we like to be here.
Because we love to do design.
Very good, very good. You haven't had an opportunity to burn out yet, and I hope you you will not have it.
Still happy.
Still happy. Cool, thanks. And in case you don't know what Hmmm is, here are some of our works. I have a feeling I have to take a cooler take when I speak with more power. And in case you don't know what Hmmm is, here are some of our works. Blip, 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 blap, blip, blap, blip, 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 blap, beep, boop, boop.
Beep beep pop beep. Blip bloop. Bloop blip blip blip. Work work work. Design design design. Packages and stuff. Blip bloop blop. Blip blip. Bloop bloop. Blip blip. Blip beep beep boop boop beep pop beep boop. Blip blop bloop. Blip blip blip. Blip blip blip. Blip blip. Blah 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 blah.
Now that you have met everyone and heard some of my ideas on how to keep it cool instead of keeping it, maybe you have some questions, and let's do the Q&A. Me and this guy here are ready for your questions.